Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another Dark Souls 2 Dwarf report. For starters, I would like to apologize for my voice. I have been pretty much suffering from allergies all day, so I do believe that my voice sounds a little bit weird. So I'm going to have to apologize for that. Probably going to have to deal with a little bit of inconsistency from my voice for the next couple of days because, yeah, things are not that easy with allergy seasons and all that stuff. Not to mention it is beginning to be a little bit hot in Portugal. Like, I'm sweating buckets right now. Well, that's probably more information than the guys actually required, but this is another Dwarf report. On this particular episode, I'm going to be doing post-commentary. The reasoning behind that is because I've been doing quite a lot of different things on Dark Souls. I've been working at the Ancient Dragon. I've been working at Dark Lurker because I wanted to do all of these things before I actually get on to New Game Plus. So I do believe that the fight that you guys are watching right now is the Throne Defender and the Throne Watcher. You'll notice that I summoned both Banhart of Jugo as well as the head of Vangarl. And the reasoning behind that is because, like I've said to a lot of people, I've been doing this particular playthrough by summoning all the available NPCs that I possibly can into fights, regardless of whether or not the NPCs are useless, unless the fight is particularly challenging. Ancient Dragon. Yeah, but I did summon the NPCs quite a bit because I was curious to figuring out just to see the kind of NPCs that you would be able to summon and see their usefulness and all that stuff. And that was a blast. I didn't complete all of the storylines that I would have liked to complete. I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do to finish the storyline of Banhart of Jugo, particularly because I've also I pretty much did Nishandra solo at the very end because, yeah, the fact that I could summon Banhart of Jugo and the head of the Vangarl was actually not a very positive thing because Nishandra would just become crazy harder to beat. Whereas if I would just go in alone, I would actually have a much easier time. Not to mention, I wouldn't have to waste human effigies because you are most likely going to get cursed during the Nishandra fight, and then you'll have to use an effigy to resummon and all that. And I've obviously been saving those human effigies to be able to deal with the Dark Lurker later on. But anyways, among the many things that I did on this particular playthrough since the last time that I've checked in, I did the Throne Watcher and Throne Defender, which is not really all that challenging, particularly if you summon the two available NPCs for it. Something I've also noticed is that I've had to play Dark Souls 2 offline a lot. I've heard a lot of people say that's actually because of Steam, because Steam seems to be messing up with their servers. I'm not exactly sure what is going on. I haven't really been following that situation. I've just been way too busy with a ton of other stuff. And pretty much whenever I get on to Steam and start playing Dark Souls, if it says, oh, you can't really play online, I'm like, well, that's tough shit. I'll just play offline. I don't really care anyways. Of course, I would rather play online, give people a chance to like invade me and say, oh man, I kicked Rurikhan's ass, like it's a big deal. And it's obviously not, but I do like to sacrifice myself for the community. Take a couple of bullets for the team. That's fine by me. But anyways, so we did Throne Defender. Then I do believe you guys are going to proceed onwards to King Vendrick. I'm actually scrubbing through the video as we are talking right now. Actually, no, the next thing that you guys saw after the Defender, the Throne Defenders, is a secret area in Shrine of Amana that I found that I didn't see on the first playthrough. As a matter of fact, there is still an area in Shrine of Amana that I still haven't figured out how to get into. There's like a door, like a wooden carved door. I couldn't find the key to that particular door. I might still look for it for a little bit before I enter New Game Plus, but in a day or two, I'm going to start just like uploading New Game Plus footage, so you guys can kind of count on that. Now, for those of you wondering what the final look for the Dwarf ended up being, it was the Gurmgrade Hammer plus the Throne Defenders leggings as well as armor. The Varangian helm, because it's got like that very dwarvish look. There were other helms that had a good dwarvish look, but they didn't really allow me to showcase the beard of the character, which is important for a dwarf, kind of like showcasing the beard. At least that's the way that I see it. And then I used the gloves that had like the runic symbols on them that give you that rare chance that every once in a full moon you get a critical hit. And I know that a lot of people are going to be like, they're not really that good. And it's like, I know, I'm well aware of that. I've seen how many times that thing procs, and it's not really often enough to realistically justify using it. But I do feel it looks really dwarvish because it's got like a lot of runic symbols and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of a sucker for that kind of stuff. But that's the item that we ended up using. As in terms of shield, we're using also the Defender's Shield. And I was really thinking about using one of the great shields so that I could use so that I could do shield slams. But to be completely honest, I tried that and I didn't feel that the shield slams were that useful. And yeah, sure, you can make a build around shield slamming people, but if at the end of the day it's more efficient for me to just smash them in the face with the Grim Great Hammer, why should I really be shield slamming people? I don't really know. And this also allows me to actually be able to parry, which I know that I haven't been doing a lot of parrying in Dark Souls 2, but this at least gives me the option to practice on that a little bit. I've upgraded that shield, I believe, all the way to +3. The reason I can't upgrade it anymore is because the material that the shield uses is the petrified dragon bones, and those are really rare. I'm not exactly sure where you can farm those. I believe that it's like in the Aldia Mansion or whatever. But I didn't do a whole lot of farming. There was one thing that I farmed for, and that was a weapon that I was hoping I would be able to get so that I could test the moveset and see if I liked it, which was the Dragon Keeper's Great War Pick or whatever. It's got this really great hammer shape, and I really wanted to get that. As a matter of fact, when you guys get to the part of the video, which I'm not sure if we're there yet or not, most likely not, but when you guys do get to the part of the video where I am going to the Ancient Dragon fight, I've actually recorded the entire run of me actually running to the fight itself. And you guys will notice that there's not a single minion on the way. That's because I farmed those bastards into oblivion. And I was even considering using a bonfire aesthetic to go ahead and try again to go farm for the war pick. And if this was just a character that I was working on, most likely I would have used the bonfire aesthetic. But since I'm doing a playthrough, I really want everything to be like baseline for the New Game Plus experience so that I know exactly what you're going to be experiencing through New Game Plus, maybe even New Game Plus Plus. In terms of the actual stats of the build that I'm not showing to you guys right now, let me just tell you from the get-go that that build is not min-maxed. I do have 4 soul vessels that allow you to respec, so I can kind of like min-max the build whenever I want to. But I've heard a lot of people say that there is new loot in New Game Plus, so I don't really want to do any respecking before I see what other loot is available to me. Because, like, for instance, I also want to eventually test out the war pick. Because, like I said, it's got a better moveset, and I do believe it's got a little bit better scaling from what I've seen online. I did look up that particular weapon online because I was really curious if it actually dropped or not, and it does drop. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky enough, and it's weird because I went there with like the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring, and I even used an Ancient Coin every time I got to those two, but still, I farmed those guys to oblivion, never once got the drop. That's how lucky I was. But then again, I needed to kill those guys anyways to get more attempts in on the Ancient Dragon, which actually took me quite a bit to bring down. And in case you guys are wondering what my opinion is on the Ancient Dragon fight, because several people have asked me about that, as well as the Dark Lurker, because I didn't really fight against those two bosses on my blind playthrough. And I would just like to tell you guys, I wasn't really a fan of the Ancient Dragon fight, and the reasoning behind that is I felt there is quite a bit of RNG associated with that fight, because a lot of times the dragon will put himself in a position where you just cannot avoid getting hit by the flaming ball that he spews out when he goes up and flies into the air. The other thing is there are some serious hitbox issues with the Ancient Dragon. Like, I've gotten killed by his foot stomp, like, I don't know, when I wasn't even close enough for the foot to just touch me. I've gotten killed by the dragon's tail because I was too close to it after the dragon landed. So there's a lot of hitbox issues with that fight, in my opinion, as well as the simple fact that the AoE on the Flaming Breath being a one-shot, unless, I don't know, maybe if you have ridiculous vitality or you happen to be able to block that hit, because I did block the hit, but then again it just hits you twice, then breaks your guard, and then one-shots you. Not to mention that it takes half of your health anyways when you block it, so it's pretty pointless to block the damn thing. But that thing has, I feel, in my opinion, a way too big area of effect, which kind of makes that fight particularly challenging, and I would almost go to the length of saying that that particular fight is a little bit unfair. I can't wait to see how that fight is like in New Game Plus. As a matter of fact, let me just tell you guys as well, I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to be killing either the Ancient Dragon or the Dark Lurker in New Game Plus, because damn, those two bosses were a pain in my ass. But in terms of the Dark Lurker, you guys will also notice that it took me quite a couple of attempts. When you guys do see me go into the Dark Lurker, you'll notice that it took me quite a lot of attempts, because some of the monsters aren't respawning anymore, such as Havel and Ricard. They're gone, because I've killed them into oblivion. And the other character that's there with the scythe, not scythe, the Lautrec thing looking weapon, the time that you see me kill her on camera, that was the last time she spawned as well. She is gone in my playthrough. So yeah, I had to do quite a couple of tries, and as a matter of fact, I wasn't even sure if I was going to kill the Dark Lurker, because I said to myself again, like, you guys remember last time that we went into the dark with my Dwarf, I said I want to keep at least 10 human effigies, and this time it was the same deal. Like, I picked up a couple of human effigies as I completed the rest of the game, and then I said I want to keep at the very least 10 human effigies. Luckily enough, I killed him before that. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons why I was able to kill him is because I was able to get a double hit. Yeah, that's right. You guys will notice throughout the fight, when the Dark Lurker splits himself up in two, I am able to, at some point, get a double hit, which means in one attack I hit both the Dark Lurkers, which was double damage, and I feel that was pretty much the turning point at which I was able to kind of plan out the rest of the fight. I actually killed Nishandra before the Dark Lurker, but for the purpose of this video, I left Nishandra to the end, because at the end you will actually see the ending of the game, with my character sitting himself on the throne of want. But yeah, that is pretty much all I really had to say. You guys still have a little bit of video to watch, I believe, because I've edited the video down, but I'm not exactly sure how long I've been recording. It's just I'm really tired. I've been playing a ton of Dark Souls in preparation for the New Game Plus run, just to have everything prepped up. I've upgraded the crap out of my gear as high as I possibly could. I believe the only thing that is not fully upgraded is the shield, which is only at +3. But even still, I feel that the weapon that I'm using is not dealing that much damage. I'm not sure how this weapon is going to perform in New Game Plus, if I'm going to have to invest in more strength, or what's going to need to happen. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure what I'm going to be doing with my stats for New Game Plus, because I've noticed that I have too much stats right now for my melee build. And also the bow, the Dragonrider Bow, has really began lagging behind. Like, it works fine for Shrine of Amana, for those of you wondering. For Shrine of Amana normal game, that bow will get you through Shrine of Amana no problem, which was my main purpose of that bow. It's just, I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be able to keep things up unless I start pouring points into intelligence. And intelligence is not something I'm too keen on sticking points into to begin with, but I will have to kind of pick up some kind of a spell casting in New Game Plus, because I'm pretty much at capped stats, I believe. At least I don't see that much benefit from putting more points into strength or dexterity or even vigor or endurance, which I'm very close to 40 on all the important stats apart from dexterity, because that's only at 18 so that I can use the Dragonrider Bow. But yeah, I'm not sure. But for starters, I don't need 40 vitality, which I think I have right now, 40 vitality, but I really don't need it because the armor is not that heavy. So I can scale down, I believe, all the way to 35. I also believe that I don't have enough adaptability. I only went with 15, but I didn't really feel the need for more. So that's the other thing. Like I was thinking when I played on the consoles, the one that felt good was 20 adaptability. But on the PC, because of the faster frame rate and all that, like I said, I had a much easier time using the dodges and whatnot. So 15 seemed just about right. As a matter of fact, I might even try going through it without any adaptability, but it feels like stuff just your character just feels more sluggish as you don't use adaptability. So I'm still unsure as to what I'm going to do about that. But yeah, apart from that, that is going to be it from me for this video. You guys enjoy the rest of the video. I believe that at 15 minutes, you guys are going to be looking at... the Dark Lurker portion. And after the Dark Lurker, you guys are going to be able to watch... me just beat the crap out of the Chandra one-on-one, which is not even that hard. If you do it the way I do, which is really, really sloppy the way I did it. But the way I killed Nashandra is just like, look, just get max cursed, don't even give a damn, and kill her. And that was pretty much it. I did break a couple of those cursed things because I wasn't even able to get the melee range on the boss. But I went pretty kamikaze on it. As a matter of fact, one of the things that I used quite a bit in this playthrough was the two-handed R2, because it is so beastly. The two-handed R2 of the Great Hammer, it is a beast of an attack. But yeah, that is going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed this final Dwarf report and get ready for New Game Plus, because it is coming to the channel as fast as I can record it. I still want to go to Shrine of Amana and poke around, see if I can find the key or whatever it is, the thing that I'm missing to open that wooden door. Please don't tell me what it is, because like I said to you guys, I've been figuring all this stuff out by myself, and I would rather keep doing that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Leave me your comments, feedback, all that kinds of good stuff in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Brave undead, you have proven yourself to me. Now, be one with the dark.
link the fire. You who bear the curse. Once the fire is linked, souls will flourish anew, and all of this will play out again. It is your choice to embrace or renounce this. Great Sovereign, take your throne. What lies ahead, only you can see.